You know the exact moment it happens. You sit down, pull up the project you've been putting off all week, and instead of typing that first sentence, you reach for your phone. You tell yourself you'll do it later, but the later never feels any easier. Whether it's an essay due tomorrow, a workout you swore you'd start, or an important life decision, the weight of the task feels completely paralyzing, and almost immediately the guilt sets in. You and everyone around you slap a very specific label on this behavior: lazy. You assume you just lack the willpower to get moving, but that diagnosis doesn't fit the facts. You know exactly what needs to be done, and you actively want the result, yet you are entirely frozen, unable to take even the smallest first step. This paralysis isn't a character flaw. It is a highly specific, hardwired psychological reflex that has nothing to do with a poor work ethic. Psychologists define procrastination as the intentional delay of a necessary task, despite knowing that the delay will make things worse. Here is the distinction. You aren't avoiding the work itself, you are avoiding the emotional friction. When a task feels stressful, boring, or overwhelming, your brain registers those negative emotions as an immediate threat, triggering a defense mechanism to escape. Escaping into social media isn't a failure of discipline. To your nervous system, it is a highly successful maneuver to avoid perceived emotional danger. This threat avoidance mechanism maps onto almost every daily task we put off. When an assignment feels too big, the resulting stress triggers an escape. Your brain detects the pressure and forces you to scroll through your social feed to find instant relief. When you feel physically tired, your brain perceives that fatigue as a state of low motivation. It protects your current energy by choosing the couch over the effort of exercise. Even indecision follows this rule. The fear of making a mistake creates uncertainty, and to avoid facing that fear, the brain simply delays taking any action at all. This graph illustrates the neurological rule driving these choices. The human brain has an absolute built-in preference for a steep, immediate spike in comfort over a slow, steady curve of long-term benefit. Your procrastination is your brain functioning as designed. It is protecting your short-term emotional state at the direct expense of your future self. Because the discomfort is so strong, we often rely on a single, flawed strategy. We wait. We assume productivity follows a linear path. First you wait for motivation, then you feel ready, and finally you take action. Relying on a spontaneous burst of energy to override deep-seated discomfort is a statistical trap. That sudden desire to perform a difficult task rarely arrives on its own. Staying stuck in the avoidance loop is the result of a sequence that is exactly backwards. To break the loop, action must occur first. Taking a step is what actually dispels the initial discomfort, which then generates the motivation to keep going. You can slip past the brain's alarm system before it registers danger by shrinking the task into a micro-action. Clear away distractions and commit to working for just 5 minutes. Ignore the final outcome entirely. Your only goal is to initiate the movement. By demanding so little upfront, the micro-action removes the overwhelming pressure. Without that intense stress trigger, the brain has no reason to sound the alarm, allowing you to transition into the work. The loop breaks the moment you abandon the idea of feeling ready and just start.